Matt, how are you? I'm going to show you guys a simple sweep from close guard, and this position, like some people like this position, I like to open the legs and close guard. Me personally, I don't like the position much. That's why I'm going to show you guys how to sweep from it. But people do it, and I find it a bit ineffective, but some people, they find that they have success with it. I just don't have success with it, but whatever, we'll get into it. All right, so with this sweep, normally what happens is you'll be controlling the sleeves. You want to control the sleeves. You want to make sure that your palms are sort of on top of their gear here, all right? On top of the, so when you've got the grips, it's just like a spider guard grip for this sweep, and your palms, you're just going to be like almost pushing the arms in when you do the sweep. Like you don't want to do this right away. You don't want to grab and start pushing because then you're going to know what's going on. So here we're just chilling, relaxing, cool? Just got the grips on the sleeves, that's it. Now what your partner does is they start to push into your belly a little bit, now just like with their arms, and then they kind of put their knee right in the middle of your butt. All right? And then from here they just keep pushing back, trying to open up here. And the idea, I guess, is to try to control my upper body and pull the body backwards. It could work. There is some pressure on the back of my legs, but the problem with this position is there's no control of the hips at all. The chest is being controlled, and there's some pressure going back, but there's nothing under here at all. So to relieve this pressure, all I really need to do is just lift my butt up towards his hip. So I just pull my hip up, and now he can't pass that. We can't open my legs that way. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to take advantage of the way that his body is angled, right? So if he goes back to a normal position, just like that, you see that now he has his face in front of me, right? So he's nice and tall, his both legs are in front. So if I try to just push him side to side by using my knees, it's not going to work, all right? Or using my hips, it's not going to work. As soon as he brings his base into the knee into my butt, his other knee has to open up on the other side of his body. So effectively, he changes his base from being in front of me to on the side of me. So when he does that, he actually takes away his ability to base his lower part of his body on this side. So if you go again, you see how his base is now changed. So now his base is facing out this way. So it's going to be difficult for me to sweep this way, but super easy for me to sweep this side. All right, all I've got to make sure is that his hands don't go onto the mat. So I push in a little bit, and what I do is I just lift my hips, keep my legs locked, lift my hips over his body here on the opposite side. Cool? So you can see my hips are like now dragging him down. All right? Now all I do, guys, is I pull his arms in tight, and I just twist my hip and roll over. And as I roll over, I just open my legs slightly. So I just go one. You see how I sort of opening my hip to the ground, and I just roll over to the ground here. As I roll, I just open my legs, and now I drive forward with my hip to keep connection. Cool? It's a really simple sweep, but very, very effective. So you hear 1, 2, he goes to his little position. As he's doing, I already put my hip to the other side, and now what I do is I roll, and as I roll, I kind of look over my shoulder, face down. So I roll and look over my shoulder, face down, and come up on top. It's very simple, but it works really well. Sometimes you get to this position where they go 1, 2, you go here, and now I try to do the sweep, but he's a bit stronger. So all I do here is just put my foot on the floor, like here, stamp, and just kick, and take him over too. Cool? Same sweep. What I want you guys to play around with is just this movement of the hip. The biggest thing on this sweep, I guess, is the timing. So if you don't want your partner to get heavy, for Matt to get heavy, I need to get the timing right on the sweep. So when I'm here and he goes to do it, if I wait, then do it, right, he's going to lean this way. Okay, that's okay too. If I keep my legs closed, I can either open my legs and do the sweep like I said, or I can just abandon that grip, start flying, and it's a good little arm across anyway to get up to the back. Otherwise, go back to the middle. When he starts to put his knee in the middle, I already know as it lands, I'm already here. So as he starts to go and sit back down on that, that's when I'm going to do the sweep. Cool? And just watch where the legs go, guys, when I do the sweep. My hips are here. This knee kind of pulls down, and this top leg's kind of pulling over on a 45. It's not pushing me to the side. So I'm dropping my hip to make space, but I'm bringing this knee kind of this way, like this. So I'm still getting that, tilting that weight forward slightly when I do it. Now, to come up, we just do it like a normal pendulum sweep. When he goes here, 1, you see as he comes up. Now as I bring him down, I'm pulling the sleeves here, and now I want to drive my hip onto him and roll him over and get on top here. Cool? So it's very much about timing, and it's really easy, but it's effective. So you guys need to have it in your arsenal. If you're here and you're kind of like, I don't want to abandon position, he's got a nice strong posture, I feel like I can't do these ones, or get the arm across, but you see that leg starting to go between your butt, boom, just straight into it. Cool? The more you can get your hip over, the better, but you don't want to get your hip to the point where you have to open your legs. Right, so if you go here, Mac, I don't want to go here and then like too much. The more I can bring my hip over, the easier the sweep. I sort of imagine like dropping my hip down to the ground, almost in line with his butt, my butt in line with his butt. And at the same time, bringing my knees up and over, so I'm right on top. And any of you guys who have done this sweep before, you'll know it feels good when you do it too. It's really simple, but it works well. So I'm not going to go too much more into it because it's one of those ones where you're just going to do it and you'll feel it straight away. And you can use it a little bit as your warm-up before we start rolling, right? So just normal spider guard grips. You could do this kind of grip if you wanted to as well, like a pistol grip, but I just do it with this. I just chill here for a bit, and I let the guy sort of move around, and then when I feel like that's going in the middle, I just go here, 1, and then I just go into it. Cool? All right, let's have a try, guys. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Thank you, sir. Nice, easy one today.